Happy Friday! Lots of things happening today. We have a wedding tomorrow. So exciting things. But I got a request from Stephanie last week wanting to make homemade mayonnaise. And guys, I'm telling you, this is the easiest thing. I'm actually using a smaller jar. So I am just using I'm doing half of a recipe. And because I wanted to see you, my big jar is brown. I wanted to show you what it looks like when it whips up. But once you see how simple this is, you're never gonna wanna buy mayonnaise again. Because I have yet to find a good mayonnaise, a healthy mayonnaise. The one, Primal Kitchen, it separates and not a fan. To me, if I'm looking for a healthier option of the tried and true things that, we've grown up with, that we love, I want it to be as good tasting, and I don't want it to be off-putting. If you're not going to use it, don't even bother. I found it's called Chosen. That is what I have found. Let me grab it. That is what I've been using, and I found it at Costco, but they also have it at Thrive, on Thrive Market. You can get it online. And first ingredient, avocado oil, egg yolks. So they use rosemary extract as a preservative. So there's nothing bad, there's no fillers. It is exactly what I want. I get really annoyed because if you buy any of the olive oil based mayonnaise, avocado oil based mayonnaise, it's all a marketing gimmick. It's a bunch of crap. If you look at the label, they all have canola oil or vegetable oil in them as the first ingredient. So when you see how simple this is, you're gonna be amazed. Okay, so half a recipe, because a half a recipe is going to fit easily in this 2-cup jar. And you need a wide mouth. If you have an immersion blender, it's gonna make things even easier. So what I am making today is 1 egg. Obviously, we want organic. And I mean, just look at how orange that yolk is. It's such a difference when you're doing like organic free range eggs. They look totally different. So 1 egg, half a tablespoon of lemon juice. Y'all know by now, I eyeball things, right? So half a tablespoon of lemon juice. A whole tablespoon is about half of a lemon. So we got that in there. Half a teaspoon of salt. And I use pink mineral salt. You can use gray Celtic salt. Any mineral salt or naturally occurring sea salt is literally going to give you minerals, which will help the fluid shift and absorbing. That table salt is just crap. It's a bunch of chemical soup. So salt, we're doing 1/4 of a teaspoon of brown mustard. I like the brown mustard. We'll do a little blob there. That's about 1/4 teaspoon. And now we need 1/4 teaspoon of vinegar. White vinegar, I like to use apple vinegar. 1/4 teaspoon, kind of just gives it a little bit of a tang. And guys, that's it. Hi, Susan. That is it. Now the fun begins. If you're using a food processor, slowly pour the oil. It's 1 cup of oil. I am using avocado oil, but you're going to want to slowly stream a ribbon in your food processor while it is going, because we want this emulsified, right? Now I'm using an immersion blender, and it's kind of magic. So just dump everything in there. So we got literally everything in our jar. And now You stick the immersion blender in there and just watch the magic happen. This is why I wanted to use a clear jar. The oil is going to kind of rise to the top a little bit, but you can see how it's just getting thicker. Okay, that is it. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than this. And cool thing, you can have so much fun with it, right? You can make it even better. You can throw a half of an avocado in here. I mean, look at this. And it tastes delicious. You can kind of play with it. You can throw some rosemary in it. You can throw spices in it. The mustard gives it a little bit of depth. The lemon gives it a little bit of tang along with the vinegar. The thing is, it lasts a couple of weeks. So depending on what you're going to use it for, it is fantastic. And you see everything we have here. The thing I was going to say about the oil is, if you want a mild tasting mayo, use the avocado oil. You can use a light olive oil, but the problem with the light versions of the olive oil is sometimes they use what's called a pomace, like a P-O-M-A-C-E. So basically, they're taking some good, fresh pressed virgin olive oil and they're mixing it with more highly refined olive oil. You're gonna have that taste. If you use extra virgin olive oil, it's going to be a really olivey tasting, that strong olive oil taste. You're gonna get that. So I like to use avocado oil, and then you know what? You got it. You can make your chicken salad. You can make your ranch dressing, because that's another thing that I have trouble finding a healthy, clean ranch dressing that I like. So this is the basis of everything. If you're making a dip, you got a clean dip. Make the dip with some yogurt, some Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. You get an added protein boost. Blend your cottage cheese. So my favorite mayo, so simple. I couldn't even fill 15 minutes of a live with this. I will post the recipe in the comments under this. And guys, all you need is your little mason jar. And now I am good with some nice, clean mayo. Don't even have to go to a store to buy it. Everybody have an awesome weekend. I will see you Monday. Again, I am open to suggestions. This week in my Fit Formula group, we talked about minerals and hormone balance. I believe next week we're talking minerals and weight loss. So, usually I have a theme of a week, but if you have any ideas and want any questions answered, please drop them in the comments or message me, and I will be happy to do so. Lots of fun things happening. Hi, C. Lots of fun things happening. I am so proud of the team that we're putting together, and the Fit Formula Reset just keeps getting better and better. We'll be bringing in some more lab options that you can choose in that, and even looking at bringing in lumens or continuous glucose monitors to help with the metabolic portion of the program. So if you have questions about that, message me. And so many things are happening, guys. See you Monday. Have a good weekend.